What was it like? 'Cause it was okay. I refuse. I don't know if you know the story or not. There's San Diego Comic Con. It starts next week. They
Okay.
somehow got away with copywriting, or what do they call it, guys? Help me out with the terminology. That these other places can't use the term Comic Con because theirs was called Comic Con. So that's why it's called Fan Expo or whatever you went to in Dallas
Yeah.
instead of being called Dallas Comic Con, which is what it should be called,
Right.
Dallas Comic Con.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a lot of words to get to. What was it like going? Was that your first con, and what was that like?
That was my first con ever in my life. Like, I was aware that these things existed.
By the way, that way you when you watch this video, because you probably do that, which you shouldn't do, but you do. I sometimes, and you should just watch your eyes, your face, like that was my first one. Like this was crazy. I mean, you could just see your face. That's what makes you special. Don't ever lose that. Because you just go instantly right back to what matters. It's perfect. So with your first con, sorry, I shouldn't even interrupt.
What was the question again?
First Comic-Con like experience, whatever. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I went to Dallas to go to the meetup. But a bunch of them were going to be there and they were going to do like their panel and everything. So I thought this would be fun and I can pick up comic books, and I actually wanted to get my picture taken with Gina. So yeah, I thought I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go, and I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea about anything. I didn't realize there'd be that many people. I knew there'd be people, but I had nothing to compare this to, right? Like literally nothing to make a comparison to at all.
A lot of smelly nerds in one room. Just saying. I can say it because I is one, people. Don't you throw rocks at me.
It was really awesome because I just loved the energy I felt as you're walking in, and more people are coming in, all the different entrances, and we're all walking through this huge building that had multiple things going on actually, but the Fan Expo was the biggest one. So it was like walking through an airplane terminal. That's what it felt like. It was huge,
like a convention center, right?
Yeah, it was a convention center, and oh, my dog. It just this buildup of energy as more and more people are coming together and filing in, and I don't know. I hadn't felt that energy in a very, very long time. Cool. I think I felt that at my first music festival in Canada, and I can't remember what it was called. It was like a whole bunch of Christian artists. And nope, it wasn't in Canada. We drove down to the States. Yeah, we drove across the border.
Like a winter jam kind of thing or something?
Yeah, everybody just camped out in this huge. It was hosted at this people's vineyard, and like we all camped out in the field. It was at this gorge.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the same kind of energy.
Do you? Oh, never mind. I was going to derail the conversation. I'll put a pin in that. Come back. Keep going. All this energy. Walk in the same room. Keep going. My ADD. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. No, it was just so cool that all this energy, and honestly, I kind of felt like it sounds kind of stupid and cliche, but I kind of felt like I was at home. It was really weird. Yeah.
That's super. I know you're married. You've said that several times. So did you take your hubby?
Oh, I did. And poor guy, like he doesn't know it. He okay, this is him. When I first started getting into this and I was like, I'm going to read comic books. He was like, okay, whatever. Like, do your thing. And I dragged him to the comic book store and he was just rolling his eyes. He didn't really want to go. And I was all excited and I was picking things off the shelf, and he was just kind of looking around. And he did grow up. Like, in his house, they were allowed to watch movies and, and he had come across comic books. It just never was his thing. But he kept seeing all these comic books of TV shows he'd watched. And he was all like, oh, this is cool. And
interesting,
yeah.
Wait a minute. Marvel did an adaptation of this? Wow. I did not know that. I remember watching G.I. Joe when I was young. They did a comic book series.
Oh, yeah. Yes, anyway, so he's got into it, and he has this OCD. He has this OCD personality. Okay, so like when he's into something, he's super into it. I'm just more methodical about, I like this and I'm just going to follow this. And he's all like, I need to get this whole series. And then he's on these websites comparing, and this is the grading of this thingy, and it costs this much, but if you get over here, it costs this much. And he's comparing all the different.
See, that's investing level stuff. That's
Yes.
not. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just want to read a comic book because
he can message me if he wants to get into grading, because it can be very expensive and you can do it really, really wrong. So
well, and he's the one that picked this up, and I don't think he knew this was the first printing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to tell him.
Yeah, he needs to. He can verify that too, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty sure that's a first print, and if it is, it's not one you want to read, and because it's gonna be really hard to read it and not mess it up. And if his OCD is as bad as mine, I have a healthy overdose of ADD and OCD, so I'm kind of a mess. That's why I work in quality control, so I grade people's work. It's a perfect job for someone like me. Like it's yeah. But yeah, collecting is kind of like a weird thing in my brain. It's kind of weird. So you're asking about Aged Boomer's asking about your dog. Was your dog in the background a bit?
Yeah, she's sleeping on the blankets in the back. She's actually blind.
Aw.
Yeah. She's not old. She's like 7, but she has diabetes and it made her blind. Poor tingy.
Yeah, we had to have a dog. One of our dogs had to have its eye removed for a reason. And he's super chill. He's like, okay, just don't have an eye now. He's just fine.
Yeah, no. Like she gradually went blind. She was always able to see, and then she just gradually went blind. And
oh yeah.
I don't know. She's still happy. She's just doing her thing.
Steve Ransom says, cons are like Super Bowls for comics. Huge turnout. Yeah, I think I said this with Graham Nolan. Like Marvel broke it. Like when Marvel blew up, it became like a chic thing to do. So I'm thinking that some of that's gotten old, but with the pandemic, it's all new again. So, and Phil agrees, cons are a blast to go to. Yes. Yeah, repeating what we said earlier, do not watch the movie. Trust me, AG Boomer, I warned her, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not much of a
Phil's bonding to you over his
kitty.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, cons are a fun experience. I've kind of been there, done that. So I can't imagine doing cons. I was interested in the meetup. I'm kind of iffy. It's a long haul. Gas is expensive. We make plane flights are expensive. Like I'm just trying to figure out a way to balance it right now. But interested in doing it. If you're out in Florida, hit me up. Maybe we can get together here in Florida or something like that. But making a long trek. I'm gonna
try and make it to the Orlando one.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, let me know.
I think I'd be going down myself. Like I wouldn't, because my husband has to work.
Let me know. Maybe the wife and I.
Yeah.
Maybe my wife and I will come down and see you or something. Figure out a way.
Yeah.